are things that you see in the streets of Bangkok, things that people eat that in the West are not usually considered edible. And that's why I know that there are some things that are difficult for people to relate to if you're not used to seeing it or that's not part of your cultural experience. One of the things that we learn about in the Torah constantly are sacrifices, animal sacrifices in the Beit HaMikdash, in the Holy Temple. Now, let's be honest, we're not really used to it anymore. So till Mashiach comes and it starts again, it's very helpful to find the symbolism and what does that actually mean for us in our service of Hashem. So there's much spoken about this. I want to focus on one little thing that I believe we can take and make a practical part of our service to Hashem. And that is that within us, there is an animal. No. I mean, there are animalistic urges. There are urges in which we are no different than an animal. For example, the excitement with which sometimes people look at delicious food, a sumptuous feast. An animal also gets excited when you put before them their food. So there's something very impulse-based within us. And it's up to us to take those things, not reject them, but actually channel them and focus them towards God. What happened when a sacrifice was brought on the altar? It went up to God. So we need to take those animalistic things within us, focus them towards the Almighty. For example, I'm going to give you a very simple example. We have an attribute called jealousy. You know what it is? It's a negative attribute. It's a natural impulse. Somebody has a nicer iPhone. Somebody has a more modern car. And all of a sudden there's a feeling of kin'ah, of jealousy, the desire to have what somebody else has. Now that's an animalistic, that's an impulse, that's not a positive urge, but let's try and turn that towards God. How? Kin'at sofrim tarbe chokhmah. When you take the impulse of desiring what somebody else has, but in a good way, that person is so devout, is so committed to helping others. I gotta learn to be more charitable. I wish I was like that person. That person is so committed to studying God's Torah. I wish, and I will endeavor to be like that person. I'm jealous of that person for the good things that they do, and thus I turn my character traits, even may they be animalistic, Godward, towards God, so that I become a better person. I become, rather than an animal who follows instincts and urges, I become a human who channels those instincts, those urges in a positive fashion.